Hello and welcome. In this video, we are going to learn about electric dipole. All the things like what is electric field due to dipoles at axial point, equatorial point, electric dipole in external electric field, all the concepts related to electric dipole we will cover in this video. Okay, so let us continue. So first of all, when we say electric dipole, what is electric dipole? So we can say name itself suggests electric means there should be some charge, and when we say dipole, di means two, pole means two kinds of different poles we can say. So in simple words, we can define electric dipole as system of two equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance. That is called as electric dipole. So here we have two charges plus q and minus q, and these two charges are separated by distance of 2l. So this system we will call as electric dipole. So it has two electric charges equal in magnitude but opposite in nature, means one is positive charge, one is negative charge. Suppose charge on this is plus 2q, then charge on negative will be minus 2q. Magnitude of charge should be equal and separation is very small. So electric dipole, we can say that what is dipole moment. So we can say the strength of dipole, that is called as dipole moment. So dipole moment is the product of the magnitude of either of the charge. Suppose charge on each particle is this is plus q and this one is minus q. So magnitude of charge is how much? Q. So we can write dipole moment we represent with p, that will be equals to magnitude of charge on each charge particle, that is same only q, into separation. Separation is how much now? L and L, that is equals to 2L. So q into 2L, that will be what? Dipole moment. So product of the magnitude of either of the charge and the separation between the two charges, that we call as dipole moment, and we represent with p and the arrow on head, that means it is a vector quantity. So direction will be how to find direction of dipole moment. So direction is from negative charge towards positive charge. So if suppose there is two charge particles, this is plus charge, this is minus charge. So direction of dipole will be in this direction. So if I want to represent this dipole, we will draw one arrow and we can write P, and whatever is magnitude we will write that. So that will be the dipole moment. Simple. Next is SI unit of dipole moment. So SI unit if I want to write, so we have P equals to Q into 2L. So Q is what? Coulomb, and length, this is length, so coulomb meter. Simple, right? Now next is we want to find electric field due to dipole at an axial point. So at axial point means the point, suppose this is two charge particles, this is plus charge, this is minus charge. So the line which is joining the two charge particles, that will be a straight line like this. So this line is called as axial line. Axial line. And the line which is perpendicular to this joining line and it is passing through the midpoint of the dipole, means between the two charge particles. So this is called as equatorial line. Okay. So we want to find electric field at an axial point at a distance x from the center of dipole. So this is center of dipole. We have considered one positive charge, one negative charge. So at a distance x from the center of dipole, whenever we say that there is x distance from dipole, so x distance from center we take at this point we want to find, right? So here we have two charge particles, so we can write due to individual charge particle electric field will be how much? So electric field due to negative charge, due to this charge, that will be equals to, we can write it is equals to kq, and direction we have taken care, direction due to negative charge in backward direction, due to positive charge is towards right. Now we can write kq. Now this separation is how much? Separation from negative charge, this separation is how much? X plus L, yes or no? So we can write kq by x plus L square, right? And due to positive charge, now this separation will be how much? So it will be x minus L, right? So E negative derivation is important because in board exams they can ask you to find the electric field due to dipole at the axial point or at the equatorial point. So now due to E positive we can again write kq divided by, now separation is how much? X minus L square, right? Now if I want to write E net, so can I say that E net will be electric field due to both the charges. So electric field due to positive charge Now direction is opposite, so we can write minus electric field due to negative charge, right? So now put the values, simple. So we can write E net, that will be equals to E due to positive charge. So that is equals to KQ divided by X minus L square. Now minus KQ divided by X plus L square, right? Now simplify, so we can take the LCM, so we can write it as KQ, we can take as common, and X minus L square. So we can write X minus, so X minus L square into X plus L square. Now in numerator we can write X plus L square, that is X square plus 2XL due to this plus charge, X square plus 2XL plus L square, and due to this minus sign is there, so it will be minus of X minus L square. So X square minus L square, minus minus will become plus, plus 2XL, right? Simple, we have done the simplification. So now X square L square, X square L square we can cancel, and now we are left with now 2XL and 2XL, that will be 4XL. So KQ into 4XL divided by, now see here, in general cases what we take is L is very small compared to X. So if X is very large compared to L, separation is very small compared to length, so we can neglect this L, right? So it will become how much? X to the power 4. So 1X we can cancel, and now we have E net, that will be equals to KQ into 2L, and like this can I write 4L, X we had cancelled, so divided by X cube. Now we know that dipole moment P is how much? P is equals to Q into 2L. So this term is what? P only. So we can write 2KP divided by X cube. Now we got positive, that means can I say that it is along the dipole? So if dipole is in this direction, so here electric field will also be in the same direction. So we can add the vector sign, this will be our answer. Is it clear? Nothing to worry, just find electric field due to positive charge, negative charge, and one approximation we have to do. We have considered that separation is small compared to other parameters, distance or the point where we want to find electric field. So we can neglect that separation between the dipoles in charges, right? So E due to positive, E due to negative, net we can write with sign, and then we can simplify. We know that magnitude of dipole is Q into 2L, so this will be our answer. Simple. So this is general at axial point. So for us, X will be much larger compared to separation between the charged particles. So we can neglect it, and this will be our answer. So along axial point, we have to remember E along axial, that will be equals to 2KP divided by X cube, where X is what? X is separation from the midpoint of the dipole, right? Clear? Next, now we want to find electric field due to dipole at the equatorial point. So now equatorial point, again we have to find electric field. So electric field at on equatorial point at a distance x from the center. So again we have considered there is one dipole, the charge minus q plus q, and at this point, equatorial point means the line which is perpendicular to the line joining the charged particles, that is equatorial line. So on that line, if any point here, at any point we want to find electric field, that is called as equatorial point, right? So here now first of all, if I want to write electric field due to positive charge and negative charge, what I need is separation from of this point from the charge, right? So from Pythagoras theorem, can I say that R will be equals to root under of x square plus L square, right? Now, can I say that magnitude of electric field due to both the charged particles will be same, E1 due to positive charge, E2 which is away from charge because positive charge is there, and due to negative charge towards the charge. Hope these points you remember. So now can I say that since separation of charged particle is R and R, because this angle is theta only, equatorial line means the line which is bisecting the line joining the two charged particles, right? So now, can I say that E1 and E2 that will be same? So E1 that is equals to E2, its magnitude that will be equals to how much? K Q divided by R square. R is how much? This value. So we can write X square plus L square, right? So let us say this value is equals to E. For simplification, we are writing, okay? So now, can I say that due to these charged particles, so now we have electric field in this direction. So can I say that this is the direction of electric field, one electric field and E. So can I say that its net value will be in this direction. So here if I draw the angle bisector, so this will be the net E net, right? If this angle was theta, can I say that this angle is also theta, right? This angle is also theta, right? So this angle is theta. So can I say in this direction we have 2e cos theta, and in vertical direction e sin theta, that will get cancelled. Yes or no? Everyone, e sin theta. So this term gets cancelled, and can I write net electric field E net that will be equals to 2e cos theta. Yes or no? Now, consider this triangle, this half triangle. So, can I say that cos theta, if I want to write, so this is the perpendicular bisector, distance of the point from the, this point is x, this length was L. So, if I want to write cos theta, can I say that cos theta will be equals to base upon hypotenuse, so that will be equals to L divided by root under of x square plus L square. Yes or no? So now we can write E net, E net that will be equals to 2. E is how much? So it will be equals to KQ divided by x square plus L square into cos theta. Now cos theta can I write as L divided by root under of x square plus L square. Yes or no? So now here see again. 2L into Q, that is nothing but, can I say it is nothing but P, right? So now we have E net that will be equals to Kp divided by, now here if L is very small compared to X, so this term become how much? X square root under means X, and this is again X square, so it will become how much? X cube. Now direction of electric field, if you see, so dipole was towards right side, yes or no? And electric field was towards left side. So can I say that it is opposite of dipole? So we can add minus sign. So E will be minus Kp by x cube for equatorial point. Only two formula from this part you need to remember. Due to axial point, it was 2 Kp by x cube. Due to equatorial point, at equatorial point, it will be minus Kp upon x cube. Hope it is clear to everyone. Yes or no? So let us see. So R is given, E1, E2 are same. So we can write E equals to KQ by R square. So we can put the values, and then at this equatorial point, this angle is theta. So we can find that this angle is also theta. So along horizontal direction, we have E cos theta, E cos theta. So it will become 2E cos theta. Vertical part will get cancelled, E sin theta, and then we can simplify. So this is electric field at equatorial point due to dipole. Now, if x is much larger compared to L, so we can neglect this L part and we can have x cube. So this is the formula you need to remember. So we have two formula, E at axial, so that will be equals to 2 Kp divided by x cube, and at equatorial point it is Kp minus sign because direction of electric field is opposite of dipole, right? So minus of Kp divided by x cube. So electric field is in opposite direction that of the dipole moment. That's why we use minus sign. Hope it is clear to everyone, right? Now, suppose if I want to find electric field at a general point, like suppose this is the dipole, and I don't want to find electric field along the line or perpendicular to this dipole. I want to find at this point. Let us say this is the point P, or let us say point A. P we represent dipole now. So let us say this is point A. Here now if I want to find dipole, and in question they will give the angle and separation. So this separation is, let us say, R, and this angle is theta. So how to find, what we should do? So let us see. So here electric field at a distance x from the center of dipole at an angle theta we want to find. So the easiest and best way to find the electric field is, see, this is the dipole. So can I break the dipole along two parts? One is perpendicular, means for this dipole this point will be the equatorial point, and one which is along the line joining. So for this dipole, let us say this was P1 and another one is P2. So we broke one dipole, see, this is dipole. So we break dipole in two parts. One is along the line joining the P. So this point for this one, let us say for P1, it is axial point, right? And we can break one more, this dipole was P and this angle was theta. So can I say P1 will be equals to P cos theta and this will be equals to P sin theta? Yes or no? So now forget everything. Now we have two dipoles and we want to find electric field at this point, right? So can I say that for P1 that is equals to P cos theta. So this point is axial point, separation is x. So I can say that this is E axial point, and due to axial point we have formula 2k P1 divided by x cube. So put the value, so it will become equals to 2k. P1 is P cos theta divided by x cube, right? Now for P2, so we can write for P2 which is equals to P sin theta, and now this point is what? Equatorial point. So we can write E at equatorial point, that will be equals to minus of Kp by Rq. Minus sign means direction is opposite. So we have written E, right? So it will become equals to minus of K P2 divided by x cube, and this value we can write as K P sin theta divided by x cube, right? Now we got two electric fields. One is along the line joining the point and one is perpendicular. Now if I want to write E net, can I say E net will be in between? Maybe these quantities are not equal, so let us say electric field net will be in this direction, let us say, right? E net, yes or no? So from here what will be E net? So can I say that E net will be equals to root under of E equatorial square plus E axial square. Yes or no? Now put the value and simplify. So we can write it as, just change the color. So we can write it as, this point we can write as E net, that will be equals to root under of 2 k by x cube we can take as common. So k by x cube we can take as common square into, now we have 4 cos square theta minus sin square theta. Yes or no? Square, if you take square of both, so it will be what? K square by x cube in both terms, so we can take that common. So now we can write E net, so we can take it as outside. So Kp, so Kp divided by x cube. Now we have root under of 4 cos square theta minus sin square theta. Now from 4 cos square theta, can I write it as Kp divided by x cube root under of 3 cos square theta plus cos square theta, sorry, a square plus b square, no? Plus sign will be there, no? So plus sin square theta. Yes or no? When we write axial plus equatorial square, no? So it will be plus only. So can I write like this? Any problem? This is nothing but 4 cos square theta. Now cos square theta plus sin square theta is how much? 1. So we can write E net now. So that will be equals to Kp divided by x cube root under 3 cos square theta plus 1. So this will be our answer. Yes or no? Simple, easy. Just follow the process, go with the flow. It is very simple, right? So for just break in two parts electric dipole, one perpendicular to the line joining, another one is along the line joining, and due to both we can write electric field, and then we can simplify. So it will become equals to how much? E at any point, that will be Kp by xq root under 1 plus 3 cos square theta. Now if I want to check that whether it is correct for axial point, so can I say for axial point means along the line joining the dipole, theta will be how much? 0 degree. So cos 0 is how much? 1. So 1 plus 3, that is 4. So 2 Kp by xq. Yes or no? Similarly for equatorial also you can check. Now direction will be how much? So let us say this is the direction of E net. So can I say that E net will be, if angle alpha I want to write, so that will be equals to what? Tan alpha equals to E upon E axis divided by E. Yes or no? So let us see. So E axial, that is 2 Kp x cube cos theta by x cube, and E equatorial is Kp sin theta by x cube. So from this triangle, can I say that tan theta will be equals to y upon x equatorial divided by axial. So put the value, Kp by xu will get cancelled. So sin theta by 2 cos theta, and sin theta by cos theta is nothing but tan theta. So we can say that the net direction of electric field will be tan alpha. Alpha is tan inverse tan theta by 2 from the line joining the point from the midpoint of dipole, right? Clear? Now if I want to check, so we had at general point, this is the formula. E net is Kp by xu root under 1 plus 3 cos square theta. So at axial point, theta is how much? 0. So if you put the value 0 here, so cos theta will be how much? 1. So 1 plus 3, that is 4. So root under, so it will become equals to 2 Kp by xu. And angle will be, alpha will be 0. Similarly, at equatorial point, theta will be how much? Theta will be 90 degree. So if you put 90, cos theta will be 0. So answer will be Kp by x cube. Simple, easy. Yes or no? So let us solve one question. All of you pause the screen and try to solve this question, and then we will proceed. Here question says that find the magnitude of electric field intensity due to dipole of moment 2 into 10 to the power minus 8. So value of P is given is how much? P equals to 2 into 10 to the power minus 8 coulomb meter at a point distant 1 meter from the center of dipole. When line joining the point to the center of dipole makes angle 60 degree with the dipole axis. So suppose this is the dipole P. Now if I connect the midpoint with the point where we want to find the electric field, so this angle made is how much? 60 degree, and separation is how much? 1 meter, right? Question is clear. So we know that at general point, electric field due to dipole is equals to Kp divided by x cube into root under of 1 plus 3 cos square theta, or cos square 3 cos square theta plus 1. Anyone we can write. Same thing. So here k is how much? K will be, we can write as 9 into 10 to the power 9. P is how much? 2 into 10 to the power minus 8 divided by x cube. X is how much? 1 meter only, into root under of 1 plus 3. Now cos square theta, cos 60 is how much? Cos 60 is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 square. 1 by 2 square. So we can write it as 9, 10 to the power 8, 9 we can cancel. So it will be how much? 180 into, this will be 3 plus 3 root under, sorry, just right, 1 plus 3 by 4. So this will be equals to how much? 4 we can take as LCM. So 180 into 437. So root 7 by 2. So it will be how much? 90 root 7 Newton per coulomb unit. So answer will be which one? Answer will be D. Yes or no? Simple, easy. Is it clear to everyone? Now, let us move forward. So this was electric field due to dipole. So whatever they ask electric field due to dipole, we can find, right? Now let us move towards next part. So here we can put the values and we can find. So it is nothing but 90 root 2, sorry, 90 root 7 Newton per coulomb. So answer will be D. Now let us see dipole in a uniform electric field. Means suppose there is one electric dipole and we have placed it in a uniform electric field. In that case, what will happen? So let us see with this diagram. So we have two charged particles, or let us consider one simple case. Let us say that there are two masses m1 and m2, and they are connected by the rod of length r and r. Now if I apply force like this on m1 towards right side, on m2 towards left side. So if I ask you F net on this system of these two masses will be how much? So F is on right side and F is on left side. So F net will be, we can write F minus F, that will be equals to how much? 0, right? Now if I ask you torque due to this force, so torque net, can you tell me torque net is 0 or not? No sir, it is not 0, because direction of rotation due to both the masses, both the forces are in the same direction, so they will get added, right? So we can say that it will be equals to torque due to first force plus torque due to second force, right? Now, and we are trying to find torque about O. So torque about O due to first one, that will be how much? So can I say R cross F? So it will be equals to what? RF sine theta. Hope all of you remember torque, that is equals to R cross F. Here R is the line joining the point axis of rotation and the mass, and force angle is 90 only, right? So RF sine theta. Similarly, torque due to second force about O, that will be equals to how much? Again RF sine theta. Now direction is due to both, it will try to rotate in clockwise only. So it will be what? Same. Or if you take R cross F, so it is inward due to both, right hand thumb rule, right? So can I say torque net due to both the masses forces, that will be equals to 2RF sine theta? Yes or no? Everyone. Similarly, so this is a net force which is 2RF sine theta. So now if I place one charged particle in a electric field, or one dipole we have placed in a electric field. Suppose this is the electric field as given in the diagram, and we have placed this dipole. Now from this point, midpoint of dipole, it will try to rotate. So on plus charge, force will be along the line joining along the electric field. We know that the force is equals to Q times E. So direction of force will be along direction of electric field if charge is positive. If charge is negative, it will be opposite, like this, right? So now due to these two, again we can say that torque will be equals to how much? 2 RF sine theta. So we can say that torque will be equals to now 2 R F sine theta. So here F is how much? So can I say that this part is clear to everyone? Torque due to first force RF sine theta, due to second force again RF sine theta. So we have now torque net, that is equals to 2 R F, can I write as Q times E, right? So 2 R Q E sine theta. So now this part is what? This part is nothing but dipole. So we can say that PE sine theta. So PE sine theta will be how much? P cross E. So why not E cross P? So if we check the direction, E cross P will be in opposite direction of rotation. So our answer should be what? P cross E. Clear to everyone? So torque due to dipole in a uniform electric, sorry, torque on dipole in a uniform electric field, that will be equals to how much? Torque equals to P cross E, right? Next, let us solve one question. So question is, a charge of minus 4 coulomb and plus 4 coulomb are placed at A, that is equals to, so A, that is 104, and point B is this, located in a electric field 0.2 I volt per centimeter. So calculate the torque acting on the dipole. Good question. Here, first of all, what is the separation? Can you find? 2 points are given, A and B point is given. So can I say that separation between the dipole, if you represent with 2L, so that will be equals to AB, right? So A point is what? 1 comma 0 comma 4, and B point is what? 2 comma minus 1 comma 5, right? So can I say that AB will be equals to, along x-axis it will be how much? Final minus initial. So positive charge is at this point B. So from negative towards positive charge we write, right? So we can write 2 minus 1 I cap plus along y-axis -1 -0 j cap, and along k cap plus 5 -4 k cap, right? So we got AB or separation that will be equals to I cap minus j cap plus k cap, right? Now, our dipole moment is how much? Can I say P will be equals to Q into 2L, means this length. So it will be equals to how much? Q is how much? 4 coulomb. So 4 coulomb, 4 microcoulomb. So 4 into 10 to the power minus 6 into I cap minus j cap plus k cap. Yes or no? Now, we know that torque is what? Torque equals to R cross F. So, sorry, torque is equals to R cross F, which is, we write torque that is equals to R cross F, and in this case it will be how much? Q cross E, right? Now, electric field is given as E is equal to how much? E is equals to 0.2 along I cap volt per centimeter. So we want to convert it in SI unit, right? So can I write it as, it will be equals to how much? 0.2 into volt. If I want to convert centimeter in meter, so 1 centimeter is 1 by 100 meter. So into 100 I cap. So we got it as 20 I cap volt per meter. Yes or no? This is our electric field. So we can put the value. So we have, sorry, P cross E, no? P that is equals to 4 into 10 to the power minus 6 into I cap minus j cap plus k cap cross E. E is how much? 20 I cap. So we can simplify. So this will be equals to 20 and 4 into 10 power minus 6 we can multiply. So that will be how much? 4 to the 8. So 8 into 10 to the power minus 5. I cross I 0 minus j cross I, that will be equals to k, and k cross I is how much? J. Yes or no? All of you. So this will be equals to how much? They are asking magnitude. So it will be, we can say that, so it became little bit mess. So torque will be equals to torque's magnitude, that will be equals to 8 into 10 to the power minus 2 into root under 1 square 1 square. So that will be root 2, right? So we have 8 root 2 into 10 to the power minus 5. Answer is A. Not clear? So first we can find the separation. Then torque is P cross E. P we got. E is how much? We have to take care of unit. This is very important. Due to this unit only it becomes a good question. Otherwise what we do is, we will just, sometimes we put the value whatever is given. So always take care of unit and then we can solve. Simple, right? Clear? Now next is, let us say, work done in rotating the dipole. So in this case, now suppose there is one dipole and we want to rotate it. Initially it was initial point. Now we want to rotate it at final point like this, right? Initial angle of dipole from the electric field, that was theta1, and final angle is theta2, right? This, why it moved away? It should be here. Sorry, this, I don't know how it changes. This is plus charge, this is minus charge. Okay. So now in this case we know that work done that will be equals to, in case of here, now what is happening, it is angular displacement, right? So we can write torque into d theta. Yes or no? So work done by external agent, that will be equals to integration of torque due to this external agent into d theta. Now when we are rotating it very slowly. So can I say torque due to external will be same as torque due to electric field, right? So work done by external agent, that will be equals to, torque is how much? Torque is equals to P cross E, that is Pe sin theta. So Pe sin theta into d theta. From where to where? From theta 1 to theta 2, right? So we can write now work done by external agent, that will be equals to P, we can take outside, integration of sin theta d theta from theta 1 to theta 2, right? Now integration of sin theta is what? cos theta? No, it is minus cos theta. Yes or no? So we can write PE into minus cos theta from theta 1 to theta 2. So we can write it as minus PE, and this will become what? Cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1. So this is the work done. Now whatever this work done is done by the external agent. So suppose initially it was like this. Now we have rotated forcefully in this direction. So if I release, it will again rotate back. Yes or no? So whatever work is done, that gets stored in the form of potential energy, right? So can I say that potential energy of the dipole, that will be equals to how much? Minus P cos theta. Yes or no? So work done by external torque, again what we have done, same thing here. So minus P cos theta 1 to 2. So minus P cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1, right? Now when we say a change in potential energy, so can I say that delta U, that will be equals to U final minus U initial, that is equals to work done by external agent, or it is also called as minus of work done by electrostatic force or conservative force. Yes or no? Hope you remember from work power energy, right? Now, here can I say that let us assume that there is some assumption whenever we write potential energy. So we assume, or we take one reference point. So here we take one reference point is, let us say theta 1 is 90 degree, and potential energy when angle is 90 degree, that is let us say 0, and this is our assumption, right? So now we can put the values in this case, and then we can find the potential energy at angle theta. So in this case now, what we got, delta U, that is equals to U final minus U initial, that is equals to work done by external agent. And it was how much? Work done by external agent is equals to minus of PE cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1, right? Now we assume that let when theta is 90 degree, means when this dipole is perpendicular to the electric field. So theta 1 is equals to 90 degree, then potential energy at 90 degree, that is equal to 0. And this is our assumption. As we assume that at infinite potential energy is how much? 0, like this. So now if I want to write U at theta 2 minus U at theta 1, which is 90 degree in this case, so that will be equals to how much? Minus of PE cos theta 2 minus cos 90 degree. Cos 90 is how much? 0. So can I write, and this term is also how much? 0. So can I say that U at theta 2, that will be equals to minus of PE cos theta 2. Yes or no? So if you assume that theta 2 is theta, so U at any angle theta, that will be equals to minus of PE cos theta. So P cos theta, can I say it is nothing but equals to minus of P dot E. Yes or no? So this will be our final formula for potential energy. Very simple. Yes or no? Now let us see some special cases. So okay, what we have done, this U at theta, that will be equals to minus of P dot E. Hope it is clear to everyone. Now let us see a special cases, few simple cases. This is minus charge. Sorry, why it is happening, I don't know. When I represent, it gets changed. So when theta 1 is 90 degree, so torque will be equals to P cross E, and U theta will be minus of P dot E. So F net is how much? 0. Potential energy when angle is 90 degree, that will be 0, and torque will be equals to P, that is maximum. Okay. When theta is 0 degree, so we have this formula we can use. So F net will be how much? 0 again, and potential energy will be equals to how much? Minus P, which is minimum value. So when potential energy is minimum, torque is 0, F net is 0. Can I say this is a stable equilibrium? Yes or no? From here now, if you rotate it little bit, suppose like this, minus charge plus charge. So now force will act in this direction. So it will again try to align it along the direction of electric field. Yes or no? So that is a special case. In previous case, if you simply replace it little bit, so what will happen? force will act in this direction and it will rotate, right? Unstable equilibrium. Now again third case, sorry, that was not equilibrium, no? So sorry. This case when theta was 90 degree, torque was not equal to 0, no? So this is not equilibrium, right? Sorry. Now next is third case when theta is 180 degree. In this case again F net 0, torque net 0, potential energy is plus P. So when torque net F net 0, that means it is stable, sorry, equilibrium, but stable or unstable. So if you replace it little bit or displace it little bit, so what happens now? On positive charge force will act in this direction, on negative charge force will act in this direction. So it will rotate, it will not come back on its initial condition. So it is what kind of a stable equilibrium? Unstable equilibrium. Yes or no? Now let us solve one more question. So question is an electric dipole of length 10 centimeter having charge plus minus 6 into 10 to the power minus 3 coulomb placed at 30 degree with respect to uniform electric field experience a torque of magnitude 6 root 3 Newton meter. So calculate the potential energy of the dipole. Question is clear? Length of the dipole and charge is given. So can I say that dipole moment that will be equals to Q into 2R? Yes or no? So 6 into 10 to the power minus 3 into, now it is 10 centimeters. So can I write it as 0.1? Yes or no? So this will be equals to 6 into 10 to the power minus 4 coulomb meter. This is dipole we got. Now we want to find potential energy. So we know that potential energy will be equals to how much? Potential energy, sorry. Potential energy that is equals to minus of P dot E. Yes or no? So now E is how much? We don't know, but we know the formula torque that it is equals to P cross E or PE sine theta. Yes or no? Theta is how much? 30 degree. So from here can I say that E will be equals to torque divided by P sine theta. So put the value, torque is how much? It says torque is 6 root 3 divided by P, how much we got? 6 into 10 to the power minus 4 into sine theta. Sine 30 is how much? 1 by 2. So 1 by 2. So now 6 we can cancel. So now we have E that is equals to how much? 2 root 3 into 10 to the power 4 Newton per coulomb. Yes or no? Not clear? Clear? Now, if I want to find potential energy, so we know that potential energy is equals to minus of PE cos theta. Now all the terms we know, so we can just put the value. So it will be minus of 6 into 10 to the power minus 4 into 2 root 3 into 10 to the power 4 cos 30, that is equals to how much? Root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2. So 10 to the power 4 we can cancel, 2 we can cancel. So it will be how much? Minus 6 into root 3, that is 3. So 6 into 3, that will be equals to 18. Minus sign is there. So minus 18 joule. Answer will be B. Is it clear to all of you, everyone? So this will be our answer. Again, good question. Now, so answer will be B. Next is now SHM or dipole in a uniform electric field. See, we know that suppose this is the direction of electric field, and if we place one dipole along the axis like this is our dipole and this is our electric field. Now if I displace it by a small angle theta, so what happens? It will rotate back, again it will move in this direction, again it will come back. So the dipole, it will start rotating back and forth like this, right? So that is it performs SHM. If you find the equation, it will come out as this is nothing but the SHM. It is doing SHM. So how? Let us see. So we know that torque on the dipole, that will be equals to how much? Torque is equals to P cross E. P cross E, its magnitude if we take care. So that will be equals to how much? PE sine theta. Yes or no? So we have torque that is equals to PE sine theta. So for a small angle theta, theta, can I say that sine theta will be approximately equals to theta? Yes or no, everyone? So now we have torque that is equals to minus of Pe sine theta. If theta is small, we can write it as torque will be equals to minus of Pe into theta. Now we know that for angular SHM, torque is proportional to minus theta. That is what is happening. Yes or no? So angular acceleration alpha, can I say alpha is, and you know torque equals to I alpha. So can I say that alpha will be equals to torque divided by I. What is I? I is moment of inertia. So alpha will be equals to minus of Pe into theta divided by I. Yes or no? Now, we know that in case of standard SHM, alpha is equals to minus of omega square theta. So we can compare with it. Means we want to find time period of SHM. That's all. So here can I say that this omega square is equal to this term. So can I say that omega square that is equals to Pe divided by I. Yes or no? So we can write omega that is equals to root under of Pe divided by I. Yes or no? Now we know that time period that will be equals to 2 pi by omega. T is what? Time period of SHM, not torque. Time period of SHM that will be equals to 2 pi by omega. So we can write 2 pi omega is what? Pe by I. So it will become what? I by P into E. Yes or no? Not clear, sir? Clear, sir? So this will be our answer. Torque will be equals to 2 pi root under I by P. Hope it is clear to all of you, right? Now, next part is here we have used torque equals to I alpha. So for dipole, how to find I? I will be how much? So we can write finding moment of inertia of a dipole I. So if we have plus charge and minus charge and they have same mass, then can I say that center of mass will be here, and if I rotate, it will rotate about the center of mass. In this case it's very simple. Moment of inertia is m into r square, so both masses are at a distance of L, so ml square plus ml square, so this will be equals to 2 ml square, right? Now suppose if charge is same but mass is not same, because we know that when charge is transferred, then positive charge they have lack of electron, negative charge they have more electrons, so mass will be different, right? So if plus q and minus q have the different mass, then we can find the first center of mass. So center of mass will be how much? From m1 it will be m2 by m1 plus m2 into 12. Yes or no? Similarly for x2, and then separation from center of mass x1 and x2 you came to know. So we can write moment of inertia that will be m1 x1 square plus m2 x2 square. How we got this part? This is clear to all of you. Can I write? Let us say this is our origin. So if I want to write x1 means position of center of mass with respect to negative charge. So that will be equals to m1 into x1. So m1 into 0 plus m2 into 2l divided by total mass m1 plus m2, right? Similarly for x2 also we can find. Yes or no? Clear to everyone? So this is all from this video. So hope it is helpful to all of you, and your feedbacks and suggestions are always welcome. Feel free to ask any problem. So thank you to all of you. Bye bye. Take care.